Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nidd. So, we are standing in our gravity room. We're going to do some more work on this today. First, I'd just like to thank Raptor for some more ideas around what I could do with the signs here. He gave me some ideas about putting like an actual like sign down on the ground beside it using like pillars and catwalks and stuff as an idea. It actually it looked kind of cool when I played with it a little bit. Some of the idea, like the catwalks, made it so that because the sign's a full block as well, right? So you put the catwalks on the front, and then the sign would come out a whole nother one, and it was like floating a whole block away. So you'd have to put it right on maybe some pillars of things. But I kind of need this area open for another building that's coming in eventually. I also tried putting them like right on the top here using these. Where are they here? Using these guys, like putting them on here and just lining them along like that. The problem was it would actually have worked, except for the fact that the sign was too low, so these guys were sticking over top of the sign. So in the end, I think we're just gonna go with this for now and let it percolate for a while. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe we come up with another idea another time. But thanks again for all the suggestions on that. I threw some lights down here just so that this room is a little bit lighter. So here we are, back at the gravity generator, or the flinger, right? I did get one comment that maybe this is a gravity thing to like shoot me off into a ship. Also, that maybe it was a trap for Boris. So this isn't a trap for Boris, and it is to fling me somewhere, but not necessarily to a ship, because we haven't built it all yet. But yeah, here we go. Get flung back out. This still works. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to have to reveal now what this actually does, because to show you the next piece, I don't know if we'll get it all done in this episode. It might take one more, but basically the idea is what I want to be able to do. If we just, let's go grab some light armor blocks. And for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a block. Can I place one right above this? Of course not, because that's there. What on the back of that? Okay, let's just grab that color for now. Okay, I'm just going to place one here, just so we can go up the middle. I hope I brought enough steel plates with me just to do this scaffolding bit. Oh! I'm standing on the block. But basically the scaffolding is just to show you the path, and so I can line things up properly. So right now pretend this is me flying up these blocks, right? Like this is a person. This is the path that they would follow as they come out of the station. And much easier to do this in creative because you can use the control and shift the keys. And then, so we're going to come straight up here. I don't know how far I need to go. This is why I'm doing the scaffolding. And how much stuff do I have before we go running off? Still got 68. I'm going to go grab another 100 just to make sure, because it's actually quite a bit of a distance, longer than one might have thought. And I've made it more difficult to get at some stuff because it moved that out of there, so now I got to come in here. I'm gonna have to make like access points for everything, I think, in all the rooms, so that it's easier. Let's just grab a few more. Okay, so yeah, so you're standing on there, you get shot out straight out through this hole, and we want then to go to this asteroid. So we basically want to get flung out of here and then flung right inside of this asteroid. We're going to start making use of these guys around here. And we're going to come right through this hole. You can see I've done a little bit of work here just as the target, right? So this is where we want to land. We want to land right here. So now how do you think we're going to do this? So if we come straight through this hole, you see it's big enough for me to fly through. So I'm going to basically just run this all the way over there and then show you the path that this needs to follow. So I'm gonna drop all these and I'll be right back. There's the line that goes all the way up here. It needs to make a little bit of a detour and then straight down into the asteroid over there. Now, we're gonna be playing with gravity some more, and we're gonna be playing with the game, the way the game works. All the way along through this is I've been working on this for a little while, just trying to get this to work. Now, I imagine that there might be easier and simpler ways to do this. It's one of the reasons why I love doing these videos and talking with you guys in the comments, because you guys give me such great advice. So feel free to drop that along if you think I'm doing this way more complicated than it needs to be. But I brought up the welder bit here as well. He's loaded up with stuff. This is the path. The scaffolding here is the path. So let's change this to be a different, or actually if we weld this up it'll be white, right? So let's just, what I'm going to do here is basically say, okay, so if we say all of this here and the back, let's do the back one first. So if we want that to be, that's the one that goes that way, right? So let's weld him up. And then going down that way, I just want to kind of get my bearings here. So we'll weld this one up like that. And then we'll change the colors of these ones to that yellow that I've been using, so that we know which are the blocks that face the direction of the places we want to go. And so now if I should be able to just, yeah, take that color back. We're gonna basically wrap this thing, and it's not gonna be pretty at the moment. We can worry about pretty after function. That's kind of how I like to do things generally, is get something working. That way you know you've got all the space you need to make it work, right? And then once it's all working, then you can worry about prettying it up, adding stuff all around it. So if we're just going to make a giant rectangle floating in the sky. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. So if that's coming up here, then we need to have this like that. Wrap it all around. So we've got it kind of going up into that. And then around over here, we do the same thing. Just make a giant rectangle like that. Now, if I was to, now this is a station, so when I disconnect this, all should be fine, right? So we're gonna go into here and we're gonna take out that scaffolding that I put in the middle. And then there's that one, right? So then this goes down this way. There. And we'll just leave it like that for now. So now you can see we can kind of, we have a path right through that takes us all the way down. Like, let's take 2 more of those off so that they're not in the way. And we'll take 2 more of these off so they're not in the way. And then I just want to weld that up. So let's go look from over here and grab our welder bit. Turn on the there we go. So yeah, so just weld this all up so that we've got a nice big box all the way around it. And I ran out of steel plates already, so obviously I needed more steel plates in there than I brought with me. So we just finish this up. Now, do we have... What else do I have on me? Okay, I still have some steel plates here. So here's the box. Oh, and we still have those to do. How many of these? They take 20 each. I'm probably going to be completely out by the time this is done. Okay, I still got 12. Hopefully that's enough to just get the scaffolding of the rest of the stuff on here now. So here we go. So we got a nice giant box that you can walk in, right? And it goes around and it always points the right way. So now the next thing that we want to do is we basically need to set up a mechanism like what we did down there, but to redirect traffic, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line up along the top here all of the mechanics needed to deal with going to and from Little Betsy, and then on this side I'll add all of the items that deal with going to the asteroid. So first thing we need is, let's bring up our HUD because I've got a few things on here, is we're going to need a couple. We want to have a gravity generator right here. Now, since I'm going to be basically working between these two things, going down to that one and then going over to that one, let's do them so they're facing this way for now. All right, so we can get to those things pretty simply. So we need a gravity generator here, and we need a gravity generator. Oh, it changed its orientation. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, there we go. So we two gravity generators, and then we need what is it? 2 timers, I think. Oop, that's not the button I was trying to press. Where is... There it is. Okay, so we need a couple timers like that. And then we need a... Oop, I'm waving now. Oops. We need a computer, right, for the program. Like that. And then on this one, I'm also going to throw the... Where is it here? We need some power up here, right? So this is going to be temporary as well, because I think eventually I want to change it so that it's off solar power. But we're going to need all of those guys. That's all of the components we need to basically allow us to go back down to Betsy, and also the stuff so it allows it to come up properly, right? And then to move between things inside of here, and you'll see what I mean about that as well. So now this side here, if we put down a similar set of things, I think we need... Oh, one of these timer blocks I believe is for the station itself, not for the sending mechanisms. So let's just bring this back up here, and we say gravity generator. Let's face it towards me. We need one there. We need one there. And then we need a timer block. There we go. Timer block and a computer block. Or programming block. Okay, like that. And that's all we need on this side. We're not going to need 2 timer blocks here. And we'll walk through how that all stuff works in a minute. The last thing I want to put on here, though, is just for convenience, right? Let's put... Oops. Let's put an antenna on here. That way we can remote control this stuff and we can access all the computers and everything while we're just standing around. So now I probably don't have enough stuff in the welder bit anymore to do all of this. So if I look at how many steel plates does this thing need? Yeah, like they're all gonna need a bunch of steel plates. So I'm gonna let me go fill the welder bit back up. I'm gonna weld this all stuff back up, and then we'll walk through the configuration of how this works to get from here to there and there back to here, and what happens in here to get ready to go to there. So I will be right back. Here is all the stuff all built up. So you can see we've got our gravity generators here, timer blocks, computer blocks, each side directing the one directly opposite it. I've got the gravity generator fields turned on so you can see how they're set up. So these guys on the edges are actually the gravity generators for this little way station, right? For this little redirector station, I think is what I'm calling it. So yeah, so we've got a gravity generator giving half of the station here gravity in a certain direction, and we got a gravity generator here giving the half of the station here. You can see they kind of line up right down the middle there. Little bit of overlap, no biggie, but that one gives this side of the station gravity facing in a different direction. Then we have the programmable blocks, one here and one there. They control reversing the gravity of these guys here. So this one here is actually the gravity generator that will fling you off into Little Betsy, and this gravity generator here is the one that will fling you off towards that asteroid over there. Then we have a timer block, one timer block for the recursive algorithm that we showed in the last episode down there as well. So when the program starts, it calls the recursive timer block, which calls the programmer block again, right? And they go boot, doot, 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 doot until it's done. It's only a few times, two times I think. And the same thing on this side, right? We've got doot, 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 doot here. So that's what those ones are for. And the last timer block is basically to allow the resetting of the gravity on the station. So let's walk you through how this all works. So you can see here there's the gravity. So if I just kind of fly up into here and I turn this on, you can see I got gravity facing downwards onto this yellow block here, and I built these control panels in. I'll show you what they're for. So now if I walk this way, whoop, I get reset, looking the right way. And now the gravity is facing down this way, and I'm now ready to go over there. All right, so whee, and up there. Now if I hit the, so this button here, it will flip me around and send me out, right? You can see that the gravity field is facing, it's going all the way down to Betsy. And if we wait that 10 seconds like we did before, right, it'll reverse me and pull me up back inside. And then I can hit this button here. So if you're looking at the gravity in the bottom right, you see it's at that 0.2. It resets everything inside of here, right? So now I can walk on over here and I can hit this button and it does the same thing. So gravity flips around, boom, sends me around. I've got the field facing out, and then I wait 10 seconds and it brings me back in, and I reset the gravity and everything's wonderful. So that's the basics of how it works. Now, if we just go into here, and here's all the stuff. I've named it all nice and neat so that we can find things we need. So we've got the two flinger guys, right? And we got the station gravity generator. So I can turn those off now so we don't need to see them. But if I turn these two on, off. Oh, they're already on, right? But they're not actually on. So if I actually just turn these two on, so you can actually see. Let me out. See the full length of the gravity field, right? So you can see. This is one thing about gravity's generators that I don't like. I wish you could actually tell it, instead of having it be equal on both sides, I wish you could say it starts here and goes that direction for its full length, as opposed, like you could actually offset the center point. That would be really useful. I think I've said that before, but it drives me nuts that I have to have it shooting out the back when I don't actually want it to. And you'll see why in a minute, because it caused a lot of work. So these now go this way and these go this way. And if we go down to this guy and we turn on him, all right, let's, whoop. We're not going to need all of this very soon. If I go down, let me in. Come on. If I go down into here. Now, which one was the flinger? Is it this guy? Yeah, it's the flinger. So if we just flip him, he is show on HUD. He is currently on, it looks like. And So now we should be able to see the gravity field. Yeah. So these two should now overlap right here, like that, right? So this one is actually probably currently in pull down mode, right? Because it has the 10-second, if I turn this on, 10 seconds, it's pulling that down. And this one here is currently in pull up mode because it's at its default setting. So if I remove all of this now, come on, take it away, John. Get rid of all these blocks between the two station, or the redirector station and Little Betsy. And we just go back up here and reset this guy so he's not on. And I think that's this button. Yeah, so he's now off. And if I'm down here, because this guy is currently in retrieve mode, right? So if I'm here now this is going to be the fun part. So I remember last time when I did the test and I was at 0.2 and it like almost killed me. So I purposely didn't change it because I want to see if I go from here to there, is 0.2 going to kill me or is it just going to barely kill me? So we fling, and you can see the gravity generator field is on, and we're going down, and we're going down, and we're going down, and we died. So that's a little bit too much strength. Let's respawn, and I think I had a bunch of stuff on me. There I am in my dead area. Let's grab all of my stuff off my body, and then you would come down here, and you wouldn't die, and knock away the dead bodies, and we hit this button down here, right, which resets the gravity down here. Get out of here. And then the same thing is probably going to happen if I hit, that's now in retrieve mode up there, right? So if I hit this button, I wonder if I can just change fling. Flinger, gravity generator, flinger. If we just change this to 1, is that going to be enough? Oh, I think the program blocks have it built into it too. So I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to probably have to change that. What are we're flinging out at 1. Okay, no, it's working. Of course, now 10 seconds might be not long enough. The reason I had it set to 10 seconds was so that okay, cool. And okay, so 0.1 seems a bit better. We are at 31% health. But yeah, we got back here. And now that one is in retrieve mode because 10 seconds later it'll take me back. So this allows me basically to get flung out of there, land down in here, as long as I get the gravity setting right so that I don't die. And then I can run over here, hit this button, and it'll send me off to that asteroid. And then this guy will turn back into retrieve mode once I'm out of its range down there, right, as it flings me towards that guy. So that's basically the idea here. Now, I know that there's definitely some optimizations that I can already think of around this. Like, we're using quite a bit of stuff here, but it's a good start. We can always optimize and make this work a lot better later. So I think that for this episode, we've got a working gravity generator, or a gravity flinger. So now we can fling from Betsy to this redirector station and back. We can go back and forth. I'll play with the gravity fields and make sure I get a good setting that doesn't hurt you. I hope. We'll see. And then in the next episode, I'm going to finish this off. So we'll do the gravity generator. This one's already ready to go. It's going to fling off this way. We'll set up the gravity generator on this base, and then I'm also going to walk you through a problem that I have and how I sorted it out as well. So then once we're done the next episode, we should actually be able to fling ourselves from the base up to that station, across over to here, into here, and then all the way back. And once we've got that all working, then we can build inside of here and not have to use ships or fly or anything to get to it. So I think this is pretty cool. I like it. And I can always, excuse me, I can always set this up in trap mode too, maybe eventually, right? So I think that was Raptor's comment about killing Boris, but maybe I can have like a super secret setting in here where when somebody goes to use it, I can have like a hidden button somewhere and then click it. So when they hit the button here, it changes the program a little bit so that it increases the gravity and they get flung and killed into the station. Or I can have it so that when people come in, it kills them on entry. So I can just stand here and say, yeah, come over to my base. And they click the button and I just go, watch them die. Or watch them die up there as they try and go over to the, do you guys remember what the name of, where are we here? What the name of that asteroid was? So there's no longer a name on it. You can see it's missing. So this, all the other ones still have names, but this is the one that I tested out trying to do that rotor and, what was it called? Solar panel dealy, right? So that I could face it at the sun. And then I came back in one day and it was all gone. Like there was even no remnants of explosion or anything. It was just gone completely. So I don't know if somebody stole it or if it exploded to the point where everything was gone. But this used to have a name. And actually, yeah. I don't know what happened. I think it was maybe a glitch in the game or I don't imagine somebody would have stole all the stuff. But there used to be a beacon and everything in here. That's all missing. So I don't know what happened there, but it's all missing. So the beacon, the name, everything is gone, the solar panel. So maybe we'll try that solar panel trick again, see if it works now. But if you guys remember the name of this asteroid, then you might have an idea of what we're going to build in here. And with that, I think let's head back over here, and we'll end this with me killing myself in the station. So we walk over here. I love that. I love this. One of the optimizations that I can think of right away is, so this is all very manual right now, right? But this is because I'm trying to figure it out, make it all work. So you come down here, you hit the buttons, you walk across, blah, blah. We can automate this maybe a bit more, right? Where we use sensors to turn things on and off. So when you get in the right range, maybe even complicate this up some more too, have gravity generators on either side of these things. So when you come in here, it automatically just flings you over here and then flings you out here. Those are all optimizations we can make, but for now, let's just do it this way. And I will see you guys. Uh-oh, it's gonna shoot. Here's a problem too. It might fling you out of, yeah, darn it. If you're not lined up just right, sometimes it'll fling you off the wrong way. I've noticed that too. So if I'm in here, you just gotta like stand right in the middle. Don't be moving, because if you're moving, you got some momentum on you when you start flinging. And then we go, boop. And now I should go right through the middle to the ground. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.